YouTube, B Smokehouse back here with you, and today we got a special one for you. Today we're going to be doing some butt country style ribs. So the butt portion of this actually comes from the pork butt. So these are just sections of a pork butt cut. Typically they're about 1 inch wide and 1 inch thick, or a little bit larger. I like the larger pieces. We're going to treat these just like we would a pork butt. Alright, I may wrap, I may not wrap. Usually me wrapping these typically depends on how well I've maintained the fire. I have seen a lot of these done on YouTube, not throwing any shade to anybody. A lot of people are going for tenderness and that mahogany color. I typically want mine to develop a very dark bark. They're not burnt, but when done properly, they're absolutely tender. They're fall apart tender, and they take a little bit shorter time than an actual pork butt. I like these pieces that have this fat. Typically, you'll find a lot of them that have the fat cap that goes fully across. That's excellent for me because the time it takes to render that fat out, achieve a nice dark bark and tenderness with a low and slow maintained fire means we're going to have something very special. So now here I've got, can you see that? I've got mustard and a bit of red pickled onion juice in here from some pickled onions I've made. Because this is not a large, pork butt altogether, I'm going to get the slather on in a bowl. I'll go in with my hands and make sure this slather is covered. Alright, I get in there and I just rub it in. It's easier doing it this way than it is one by one. Here I used mustard and that red pickled onion juice as a binder because typically mustard is a bit too thick, and then any solution used is going to be a bit too thin, so we get the best of both worlds. Alright, massage that into each piece. Let me show you what I mean when I talk about that fat cap. So these are the pieces. If I could find a package with a fat cap like this on every piece, that's the package I would go for. Unfortunately, in this package they had the fat cap side down. Alright, get that rubbed in. I'll bring you guys back when I get these all on a cookie sheet or cookie tray and we get them rubbed down. We're going very simple today. Salt, pepper, and a bit of seasoned salt. Now, to build bark on these, typically you want to go a bit heavier on your pepper. However, you need to be really sparingly with that pepper because you don't want to these to be too peppery. Alright, so got my binder on there. I'll bring you guys back. Let me get these set on a rack, then I'll start seasoning, and I'll bring you guys back. All right, follow along as we get our seasoning together. I'm going to do 2 parts black pepper. And now I'm going to do half part seasoned powder or seasoned salt. A little bit more. That's good. To 1 part kosher salt. That's good. All right. I'm gonna get it mixed up. Get it mixed up. Notice I went heavier with the black pepper. That's going to help out bark. Again, I like my country style ribs really dark. Some people are just going for mahogany. I like mine a deep black amber color. Some people might look and say it's burnt, but I guarantee you when I cut it open, you'll see that it's not burnt. I don't know if I'm going to wrap for this cook. Again, it's really dependent on how well I maintain my temperatures in my fire. For the first few hours of this, I am absolutely looking to get some nice smoke. Alright, let's get to seasoning these. I'll season a few because I still have a few left in a bowl. Then I'll bring you guys back when I'm getting these on the smoker. So we're going pretty liberal coat. So look, pretty liberal coat. It is a pepper heavy rub. That's what you want to get the nice bark built. Alright, there's one. And then we're going to smoke them fat side up. Now, all of these don't have a perceived fat cap on it, so I will make the determination when I'm setting them down how I want them to be oriented. Alright, thicker parts going to be towards the firebox. Now, some of these are a bit smaller in nature, meaning they will come off before the others, right? Because they'll cook faster. Those I may wrap, just not sure yet. A lot of times when I cook these, I like these to go unwrapped the entirety of the cook because that helps with that bark formation. I'm a fan of just salt and pepper on these. If you're producing some good smoke, you don't really need anything else. This also is the same way I would season my pork butt. Nothing's not that much different. All right. As we get these done, some of the things I'll be looking for is fat render. I'll be looking for tenderness and also that bark formation. Real easy cook. Main thing when cooking these is you need to be on your P's and Q's with your fire. So for the first few hours, I'm trying to run a nice low smoky fire. That's going to also aid in that bark formation. There are some things I could have added to this rub to help with bark formation as well as help with that smoke ring that most people tend to be concerned about. One of those things would be celery seed, right? Celery salt. Nice coat. Alright, I'll bring you guys back when I have all these seasoned and getting ready to get them on the fire. Stay tuned. Alright, I'm showing you guys how I'm running my fire. A nice low smoky fire. I had a cross log going across this section here that's now on fire. You can see it's over the coals now. And I put my bark side of this log that's here towards the fire. That's going to give us some nice smoke for a while, at least hour and a half, 2 hours. Alright, I've got another log here preheating. Let's see how we're looking. Again, it's only been about 30 minutes. I just put these on. Let's see what we're looking at. See, we're about a little bit under 250. That's fine. So that's about 245, 230. Let's see where we're at. No real color yet to speak of, however, pretty important here. Not really running with any moisture in my tray. That's fine because I am going to be spritzing. My spritz consists of apple cider vinegar, a bit of apple cider, and a little bit of water. Won't be spritzing for the next few hours to come. Alright, you see I got the fatty ends, those thick ends towards the fire. During this cook, I will be taking them and transferring them as they start to get done. I can see some of this fat is already giving off some liquid. Now, that's liquid from, them being in a package. So we're going to stay tuned. We're going to let this go. I want this to take 6, 7, maybe 8 hours. Alright? Stay tuned. Alright, YouTube, here's where we at. So the country style ribs are tipping about 160, 165. Still got some rendering to do, but that's fine. Majority of this fat has already started rendering, but it's going to render in this fall pan. This will also take some time off my cook. The only reason I'm wrapping is because I like the colors we're getting on this meat. So it's been right at 5 hours. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this, get it back on the smoker, and I'll bring you guys that when it's done. Stay tuned. YouTube, B Smokehouse back here with you, and I've got the finished products. So let's go ahead and rediscuss what we did to get to this point. I had 2 packs of country style ribs. I took and I seasoned them heavily with black pepper, kosher salt, seasoned salt. I started a fire on my wood smoker using all pecan. I ran today temperatures of between 225 and 250. Took approximately 5 hours, and then I took the country style ribs out. I wrapped them, and then I put them back on a smoker, and then so I wouldn't waste all my wood, I put them into my warming oven. So now this has been just taken out of the liquid that is accumulated. It smells pretty good. Let me go ahead and cut into this, give you guys a little look-see so I can sit down and eat. Cuts like butter. These are still very hot, right? It's tender. See that? It's real tender. See that? It's pretty good. I'm going to probably sauce these down, throw these in my oven. I like a sweet taste to these. And we're going to sit down and eat these. Meat's tender, the fat is rendered. You can definitely taste that smoke. It's not heavy hitting. That liquid that these have been setting and braising in has kind of helped to break that down, as well as help tamp down that smoke flavor. Really delicious. Let's get another one in here. It's that barky end. You can see that? These are pretty good. If you haven't done so, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend about B Smokehouse. To the next video. I'll see you guys in a few days. B Smokehouse out.